here's your quick and easy walkthrough to get up and running with the ReadyFam app. You'll note that we have broken down preparedness into 7 different categories: food, water, shelter, health and medical, safety and security, utilities, and logistics. We're going to start by clicking food. Notice that inside any of these categories, they're broken down into several levels. In this case, we're looking at long-term food supply level 1, 2, 3, and 4, and so on. And then short-term food, level 1, 2, and so on. We do this so that you have a broad base of preparedness. You wouldn't want to dig into level 7 of food before you do level 1 of shelter, for example. So it's really easy to add your items into the app. So you do this by simply clicking one of the items. Let's say I already have high-calorie bars. I can add them by just clicking Quick Add. Now let's say I'd like to add multiple items. For example, I've bought several packs of oatmeal. So I'd click that and I'd say, where am I going to store it? I'll say I'll store it in my home in the cold storage. So I'll choose home and then the sublocation is cold storage. Then I'll say that I need 10 to be prepared. And so then I'll say I bought 10 in this case. I can change the unit. I can add a cost. In this case, I'll change the unit to packs. And now if I'd like to, for budgeting purposes, I can add a cost per pack. Let's say these cost 50 cents each. And finally, I can add an expiration date to make sure that I don't keep them when they expire. So in this case, I'll say they expire in a year. And I'll click Add 10 to Inventory. That's it. That's as easy as it gets. Now let's say I already have a can opener. I can just click Quick Add it to my emergency preparedness list. So all you have to do is add the items you already have. I want you to notice a couple of things. First, look up at the top, the household survival days meter. As you add items in all the levels, in food, water, shelter, that will tell you the number of days that you could survive on the emergency preparedness and food storage gear that you have. As you add more inventory, that will increase. Speaking of adding inventory, let's click the Inventory tab. Inventory has 3 different sections: to buy, inventory, and expiring. To buy just means I need to add these items to my inventory. So the next time I go to the store, maybe I buy an extra pack of paper bowls. I'll just click Add with Detail. Here I'll input the particulars of my purchase. I'll tell where I'm going to keep these paper bowls. In this case, let's say I'll also keep them in my cold storage. I can change the quantity for how many I purchased, and I can update the cost for what I actually paid. In this case, let's say I paid $4 per unit. They don't have an expiration date, so I just click Add to Inventory. And there, I've added to my food storage or my emergency preparedness that I now have a new item. Now we'll shift from the To Buy to the Inventory tab. The Inventory tab tells me what I already have. So the things that I've input into my list of items. I can see what I have by category, by location. It's a really easy way to know what I have and where it is. Also notice that up at the top, I can add an item via a button or a barcode. Also notice that I have an expiring button at the top. That will tell me any of my gear that's expiring. Now we'll click the Learn button at the bottom. Here shortly, you'll see lots of training videos we're uploading that allow you to learn better how to use your gear, everything from purifying water to applying a tourniquet to creating basic tarp shelters. We'll have all of those videos here by the time you see this app. Notice also that you have a recipes button. That button allows me to get personalized recipes, including, if I want, recipes that only contain items from my current food storage inventory. I can also look for recipes for which I have some of the ingredients, so that I know with a few more ingredients what I could make. And finally, let's click the Profile tab at the bottom. The Profile tab allows me to update any of the demographic information I input when I onboarded. It's as simple as clicking the pencil icon beside any of the attributes, making my change, and when I'm finished, click the green check mark. I can also update whether someone takes medication, if someone has allergies or dietary needs, or I have an elderly person in the home. If my living location changes and I change from, for example, from a single family home to an apartment or condo, I can make that change there as well. I can also update the storage locations that I have, whether it's my home, truck, van, or add anything else simply by clicking the Edit Locations button. I can update my notification preferences and let the app know what I want to be alerted about, whether I've got expiring items, things I said I wanted to buy, or anything else. I can also see what the differences are between the different kinds of subscriptions and decide which one would be best for me. I can change that at any time. And finally, I can refer a friend to get a discount on the ReadyFam app. And that's it. That's all you need to improve your family's emergency preparedness. And you can easily start by adding your inventory to the app. Welcome to ReadyFam.